Okay, Mbula Vinaka, and warm greetings from the University of the South Pacific. I am Hilda Wangasakiti, and I currently coordinate the Falah team at USP. I took over since Dr. Vilyamu left. He's now in Australia. We also have Dr. Frank here with us, and our two PhD students, Jyoti and Felipe. So our presentations will be divided into two main thematics. It's presenting the highlights from our secondments that we undertook. It started from 2023, 2024, and currently now in UNC in 2025. We'll be looking at the scientific experiences and outputs, and also the team will share a bit on their cultural experiences. Okay, in 2023, the first lot of secondments were undertaken here at UNC, mainly by the three that are standing here that started the secondments for USP. They were done by Dr. Frank, Felipe, and Jyoti. And then in 2024, there was another lot of secondment that was done in France that included myself as well. We were hosted at the University of Toulouse under the leadership of Professor Christophe. We also got to visit the University of Le Havre under Professor Arnaud Banos. And Frank will also talk about his visits to Montpellier and also to Paris. We also got to visit the International Science Council in Paris. We had previously had a colleague at USP, Dr. Helene, that now works at the International Science Council, and we were lucky enough to meet with Mathilde in Paris to be involved in that meeting. There were some discussions on synergies between what they are doing at the Science Council and their plans for the Pacific, and the work that we also do at USP. Right at the top, there's a picture there. We also managed to visit a few of the facilities at the universities. That's the molecular lab that we visited at Le Havre, looking at the technologies that they use and the techniques, which is quite advanced for Fiji, but it was a good experience for us to learn what's happening outside in the more international arena of research. Next slide. Okay, our PhD students have greatly benefited from these secondments. It was a time for them to be away from USP. They spent a lot of time writing their chapters and also putting papers, drafting papers for publications. On the start of the Falah project at USP, we had Felipe and Jyoti, and over the years we've also recruited a few more PhD students into the project. Their research was more aligned to Falah, so we also have a Christian joining us this time round, and Dr. Zina Bird. We also have Ratute, who will be also transitioning to a PhD soon. So those are the outputs. The students are supervised jointly by myself and or with Vilyamu Eyase. We have Felipe on 3 lots of secondments. He's working on 3 of his chapters for his PhD and currently drafting 3 papers. He's identified target journals for submissions. We have Dr. Zina Bird. Dr. Zina Bird defended her thesis here at UNC last month. So big congratulations to Zina. She's transitioned now from a PhD student. She's now a researcher, an academic, Dr. Bird. So she is working on one of her papers that's been submitted as well and is awaiting feedback from the journal. We also have Jyoti. She's been on 3 lots of secondments. She was able to work on 2 of her PhD chapters and trying to get them to publications, working closely with her supervisors. And Christian, who's just joined us, this is his first secondment here at UNC. and he's working on one of his chapters for publication. He's drafting that chapter for review. And we have Ratute as well, who will be transitioning to his PhD. So those are the main scientific outputs from our research students, our PhD students under the Falah program over the duration of the Falah project with USP. Our next slide. Our next slide is focusing on the cultural experiences by our team. So we thought to get the more experienced people who've been on various secondments than the new ones that have just joined this year. So I'll invite my colleagues to share a bit of their cultural experience, the places that they've visited, and any of the highlights that they can share with us. Thank you. Frank?
Morning. 2 years ago, I arrived in New Caledonia for my first secondment. And the journey has been a bumpy one and an exciting one too. I've been twice to Montpellier with a visit to Paris and Brest in Brittany. And here I am back in New Caledonia. I also attended a number of workshops. So I'm very grateful, and I do acknowledge my colleagues, especially Olivier and Jean-Marie and many others, for giving me the opportunity to take part in Falah. And a special thanks to Vili, who got me interested. I don't exactly remember how I got roped in, but I'm very grateful. So I'm not exactly sure what you want me to say, Hilda, a cultural experience. A story of my lifetime. Should I be factual, or should be anecdotal, or what exactly? I have this unfortunate tendency of being carried away. 3 minutes. Okay, thank you for reminding me. I'm grateful that I'll have 15 minutes this afternoon rather than 10. It's very grateful. So from a professional point of view, I like to boast that I'm wearing many hats. Some of you know that I'm an anthropologist / archaeologist. I think some of you are a little bit tired of me presenting on lapita and shells. I mean, they call me the shell man not for nothing. But hopefully this afternoon I will be able to, I have hopefully consolidated those ideas to make them more relevant to contemporary issues. So please bear with me until this afternoon. But seriously, it was enlightening in the sense that during my secondments, particularly at the, well, we don't say métropole anymore, we say hexagone, is that correct? Anyway, mainland France. Last year especially, I had the experience of going to Brest, and I visited, and I do apologize, I'm not very good with acronyms, éphémère. I mean, Brest is absolutely astonishing. They have research institutions, they have, so I had the opportunity to visit one of those institutions by the sea, by the coast, and they had a very sophisticated lab to do nutritional analysis. And of course, my eyes were rolling. And this is precisely what I am interested in, to collect more data, nutritional data on shellfish, bivalves and gastropods, especially from the Indo-Pacific region. I also had the good fortune of meeting a colleague of mine, Adriana Burgos, who was recently seconded or assigned to IRD in Paris. We had a brief meeting, but the outcome of that meeting, I'm pleased to say, that there will be a conference on the second such conference on shellfish in Paris at the end of November of this year. So hopefully I will be able to combine my secondment with conference participation. So Brest was a real eye-opener. I only have 30 seconds left, but essentially liaising with colleagues here at IRD, Catherine, the two Pascals, one at IRD, one at UNC, Christophe Sand, many colleagues here at UNC, and I was looking beyond Falah. Of course, I was always looking for a time perspective, an archaeological perspective. So in a nutshell, it was an extremely enriching experience, and hopefully there will be a book chapter coming out this year which is a direct outcome of Falah. So thank you very much for this opportunity. Thanks.
Good morning, all. I also joined Falah not at the beginning, but almost when it started. I'd like to thank Dr. Willi for including me in the Falah program. I'm very thankful for Falah project for me to be able to go to Europe, especially because it's expensive thing to go to Europe, right? So Falah made this happen, and I was able to meet a lot of people at the University of Jean Jaurès and share our experiences with Professor Sarah Malol. And we also attended a few seminars at the university learning about the food processes in France, and the types of restaurants they have, and how do they get data from the quality of food. So that's very unique to me. I wouldn't get that opportunity here in the Pacific. And then I was able to go to Montpellier and also look at the campus there. And then I went to Austria and also to Paris. But in Paris, I was very grateful to meet Professor Faustin, and in Toulouse, Professor, I forgot the name now. Olivier, sorry. I'm very sorry. Professor Olivier came to see me in Toulouse, and I was very fortunate to meet him because we had a good time, and I talked to him about my research. I'm not going to talk about my research now, it's just the experience I had in Europe. So I found out that Europe was far advanced than the Pacific. But it was a good experience for me to learn about the culture, especially the types of food they have. Like I saw there's a lot of healthy elderlies in Europe, like here in the Pacific, when we get old, we see, oh, we are old, we are obese, we are not very healthy. But in France, I saw old people, they were still very active, and I was surprised to see that. And so these are some of the experiences. I will not talk about my research. I'll have my presentation at 1:30, so I'll talk about that then. So thank you so much to Falah for giving me this opportunity to be in Europe. And also, I forgot to tell you that I also got in my family for the last few weeks when I was in France. So they were able to visit Europe as well. So thank you so much.
Hi, thank you, Jyoti. Good morning, everyone. So I'm Felipe. So I've been part of Falah, as you say, that from the beginning as well. So sharing the same sentiment with Dr. Frank and Jyoti. But I would like to just to sum it up with 5 important points. One is partnership, collaboration, network, and also having fun when you have secondments. So I visited a lot of, not a lot, but a very promising places in Toulouse and in Paris. I have an opportunity to meet as well my supervisor when I was doing my master's. She's currently in Paris. It was, as a part-time PhD candidate and a full-time staff, Falah has really, really enhanced my progression in terms of my PhD writing. So thank you to Falah for this opportunity, and I hope there will be more of this kind of opportunity in the future. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And just to wrap, we'd like to thank the Falah team, especially to Professor Faustin and Olivier, and the project management team, Maureen and Ryan, who's left us, and Maureen that's just joining us. They've been really exceptional with all the administrative processing to allow our team to travel to these new places and experience new things, and also enhance the studies and the progression for our PhD students. So thank you very much to the Falah team. Nouvelle-Calédonie.
Good morning, everyone. And I would like to take this opportunity to acknowledge especially Professor Fotsing, Dr. Olivier Galli, Marine, and also Madame la Présidente de l'Université de la Nouvelle-Calédonie for inviting me for this conference. So my name is Pierre Metsan. So I'm the Vanuatu focal point for the Falah team. So for Vanuatu, we have three main teams. We have the Ministry of Education and Training, we have the CETRAB, and also the Vanuatu National University. So we have more than 10 members of the Falah team, but unfortunately, some of them cannot be here this morning due to professional commitments. So I am the one who represent them for this conference. So the Falah team asked me to make a presentation on the testimony of Vanuatu. Then they asked me to, if possible, to have one slide to present our testimony. So for the Vanuatu team, what I want to share is the impact that Falah has on the Vanuatu team, especially when we started the Falah project we implemented the Falah project with Professor Fotsing in Vanuatu. It went back in 2019. One of the main focus of Falah team in Vanuatu was to help PhD students in the doctoral training. So with the creation of the National University of Vanuatu, we did not have a research activity because Vanuatu National University was just created. And thanks to Professor Fotsing, because we created what we call the a unit at the Ministry of Education and Training, a doctoral unit that support a new category of student that we created with him, the potential doctoral student. And from there, we managed to have more than 10 students who started their PhD doctoral training with this unit. And then slowly, with that unit, we managed to enroll 3 of them at the University of New Caledonia. And with all the secondment that we organized with the Falah team, we managed to go to come here to New Caledonia and also to go to France in 2022 to be attached with all the senior researchers to do our PhD studies. So among these 15 and 10 students, currently we have 3 of them who are officially enrolled at the University of New Caledonia, and probably this year 2 of them will defend their thesis. So really I would like to thank Professor Fotsing, who was instrumental in supporting all these students. And a part of the doctoral training in the scientific aspect of Falah, we also had this opportunity to participate in seminars, in conferences. In fact, we have organized the first conference in Vanuatu in 2022, the first Falah conference, if some of you remember that. It was at the Vanuatu, at the Malfaturi Maori Council of Chiefs. And it was also an opportunity for us to show our culture. And really, the Vanuatu Malfatu Maori Council of Chiefs was also instrumental as a cultural institution to enable the Falah project to be implemented in Vanuatu in various areas with the communities. On the human aspects, I think that Falah project was also an opportunity for us and a platform to enable some of us to share our knowledge, to also have the opportunity to benefit from the culture of other countries like Solomon Islands, Fiji, and also when we went to Europe and in New Caledonia, we also have the opportunity learn cultures from different Falah partners. I think that in research we do not only do science, but the human aspect is very important, because when we know people, when we go through their community and we sit with them, we can get some information through all the structure of the community. So I think that it is one of the main aspect of human aspect of Falah that really benefit Vanuatu. And through this aspect also, we manage to liaise with all the communities and involve them in research, like the Vanuatu Backyard Gardening Association. I think some of you, when they came to Vanuatu, we had this opportunity, to go and visit all what they are doing, and it was also very enriching for them and for us to discover that they are doing many things that are aligned with Falah objectives. So, to conclude my remark, I would like to, on behalf of the Vanuatu team, to really thank the Falah scientific team, especially Professor Fotsing, Dr. Gali, and Marin, for allowing us to be part of this journey. It was really exciting for us, and we learned many things in the three aspects that I've just mentioned. And as Dr. Olivier said, we are really eager to see what will happen after Falah, because for Vanuatu, who was just a university of 5 years old, I think that research will be one of the main lever to help our national university, and also to build in the level of capacity, human capacity building. So we are looking forward to see what's next after what next will happen after Falah. But without not taking your time again, humbly I would like to once again express my big thank you to Mas for what all you have done for helping the Vanuatu team. Sorry to Mas, I don't come here with all my team, but thank you again for giving me this opportunity to say a big thank you to Mas, to you. Thank you.
And thank you for inviting us to share our testimony. I'm not sure where I would start, but it seems everybody is quiet. Testimony is a time when everybody is happy to listen to what has been, the outcome of this Falah project. I must say that I was appointed as the focal point one evening in my office. Somehow, Professor Fotkin, Olivia, and Professor Corinne was there too, and they said, okay, you are now the focal point of Falah. That was last year. So I came in at the time when we are coming to the end of this project, but I was so pleased to be part of this and humbled, to meet and greet and rub shoulders with people of, experience, scholars, and people with a lot of titles behind their names. So I'm so grateful for that. Here in front of me, those who have started it, and they have the journey, and they also come back to report on what the journey is like. And so, just briefly, I must say that the Falah project has supported SINU as a young upcoming university, and the journey has taken some of our staff to exchange, and they have supported them in terms of their PhD studies. Mary is one of them. Jimmy is now in USP doing his PhD, and Josephine is also in University of Sydney. He's completing his master's. So these are some of our staff who have done the Falah project, and we're also grateful to Falah that we hosted the 3rd international workshop at SINU in 2024, last year. So that's also, we are so privileged for that, and involvement in Falah. I think the Falah must have said that embraces the true spirit of Melanesia, of sharing, caring, and families and community. And that is what we see in the exchanges that we did with other Pacific countries and also in Europe. And so the Falah has embraced that. And that's the journey that we would like to also share as a part of our testimony. I will now call upon Dr. Hugo to share part of his testimony. Thank you.
Okay, so thank you, Alex. I would also like to thank Professor Fortsing, Professor Olivier, and Marin Martinez for the wonderful administration of the Falah. I was first introduced to Falah when Professor Fortsing and Médecin Pierre came over to SINU, I think it was in 2017 or 2018, where they actually came and introduced Falah to SINU. So I'm so grateful with that. And then following that, I was also invited to come to UNC at the time to brainstorm, come up with these Falah agendas as well. So it was here actually that I'm part of the team. I'm actually the director of research at the Solomon Islands National University. And this project was actually rested on my shoulders, so I was looking after this project until such time when a colleague of mine, also Dr. John Fassi, took over. And then because now he's so busy, so last year when Fortsing and Professor Fortsing and Olivia Gali and also Jonas, they came, and as he was saying, they nominated him to be the focal point of Falah in Solomon Islands National University. So I think Falah is really very, very helpful. And so we have the support of our Vice Chancellor, who is really in full support of the activities that Falah is actually undertaking, not only SINU, but other partners. Yeah, so I think without further ado, I'll stop here and I'll hand over to Alex.
Thank you. I will now call upon Mary. She's the PhD candidate with Falah. Thank you.
Thanks, Mr. Alex. And good morning, everyone. So, yes, my name is Mary Taho again. And before joining Falah, I was a PhD candidate at the Solomon Islands National University. And as we all know, it was quite challenging, how to publish papers and even collaborate with others, researchers. So with Falah, I found out that I was able to, during my secondment in Germany in 2022 and in France, Montpellier in 2023, I was able to collaborate with other scientists, researchers, and I was able also to present at the seminars, conferences, and that really also helped me to be confident and also network, which is also very important in this Falah project. I found it very, very helpful, and it also helped me, like in the Pacific, we don't even have, especially at SINU, we don't have time to write up the chapters of the thesis. So when I was, during my secondment, I think that is where I did most of my write-up. And then just after my secondment in 2023, I was able to graduate with my PhD in environmental science at the Solomon Islands National University in 2024. And so I was so thankful to those who are behind this Falah project, Dr. Olivia and Professor Fortsing. Thank you so much. And I was also, finally, I was also able to collaborate with other researchers. We were able to publish a paper. There were two papers. I was able to publish with other universities with Dr. Bruckner at the University of Graz, which I will present more in the conference on tomorrow. And also we were able to publish a work on why mangroves are very important in Morovo Lagoon in the Western Province, which women are most often overlooked. But the paper was also published at the Women's Bulletin in the Pacific. So that was, for me, it was really significant, an achievement itself, working with Falah, under the Falah project. I also have my two other colleagues. They are also under the SPA project, and that's why they're here, Marie and Miriam and other colleagues. So thank you for today's opportunity to share. Thanks, Mr. Alex.
Thank you very much. We were told that we have to cut down our speech, so we have to speed up a little bit in how we talk. But I think I will have to say thank you. Thank you so much to Professor Fortin for the leadership role, and I'll thank you to Professor Olivia Gailey as a successor to this project, and thank you for hearing the plans for future for this project. It's an ongoing project, and we are pleased to be part of this consortium of partners and universities. So we are so grateful for that. And to the Madam Chair, President, thank you for the welcoming remarks. Makes us all feel at home, and we so feel comfortable to be part of this group, and looking forward to more interactions with you as we continue in our 3 days sessions. Thank you.
Okay, good morning, everyone. I know so many people here, but anyway, I'm Rowena, and this is Christina, and with Professor Corinne, we're part of the Australian delegation, so we're so pleased to be here today. Thank you for everybody for coming along and all for all your support. So we just wanted to talk about the way that thinking about scientific, cultural and people aspects of what we've been doing, and really it's all come together. So for us, when we started our project, we initially came in, from our scientific perspective with our traditional methods of questionnaires, interviews, and thinking about how we go and do our fieldwork using those methods. But we soon realised that we needed to adapt those methods to the Pacific context. So that was something we set about doing. And the only way we could do that was through engaging with people through this network. So it's something where, in doing so, we've also adapted our methods to use things like storytelling and drawing methods with young people to adapt to them as well. Something else we've sought to do is to kind of address sort of power imbalances between participants or subjects and researchers coming in as experts. We've tried to take more of a co-design approach where we've had that more flat relationship, if you like. So trying to, rather than present young people with our solutions, we've actually asked them to be creative and worked with them in creating our research.
So Rowena and I joined Falah through the leadership of Professor Corinne KU in the first visit to Vanuatu in 2022. And since then, we've really opened up our opportunities to network with so many of you academics and students, and visiting all your beautiful countries and learning about the different cultures. And so opening up our research interests into the Pacific countries has been really an eye-opening experience for us, and being able to network and open up our collaborations. And you can see from our photos of the many different places that we've been and the different ways that we're doing our research and opening up our opportunities to communicate and network, but also then the ways that we've been able to share our research and collaborate and open up with other researchers, students, that we've also been able to then publish with researchers and students. So we'd like to thank not only Falah, but also everyone else in the other countries that have been so open and welcoming for us to attend your seminars that you've all hosted. So thank you for the opportunity for us to share our experiences as well.